Cocaine was never my problem. Alcohol was never my problem. They were a solution to my problem. My predicament is myself. I grew up in the great white north of the Canadian prairies, Winnipeg, or Winterpeg, as it was affectionately known. It was a badge of honor, a badge of courage to ride my bike year-round, out in all conditions, proving my rugged individualism, earning my manhood. I'm zipping around on my bike one day. I roll up to this store. I'm going to leave it unlocked because, of course, I'm just going to be 1 minute. I run into the store. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off, throwing things in the basket, and there's a little voice that's whispering to me, "Hurry up, it's going to get stolen." So I'm still running around. Another little voice whispers to me, "Darren, pull out your list." List? I don't need a stinking list. I've got that badge of honor. I've got that badge of courage. A list would show I'm prone to making mistakes. A list would show I'm a fallible human being. Real men don't make mistakes. Real men can do it on their own. I get up to the till, and wouldn't you know it, there's a queue. And that son of a bitch at the front has taken his time. I know he's doing it to me on purpose. I know he's doing it to me to make me feel angry. So what's my immediate response? I'll shoot a combustible lightning bolt into his universe. I'll give him the look. This will teach him. This will learn him. Still nothing. I'm standing there. Somebody's stealing my bike. This asshole's taking his time. Come on, let's go. Hurry up, hurry up. I get up to the front. I put my stuff on by the till. I'm like, "Come on, mate, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. My bike, it's outside. It's going to get stolen. Somebody's going to steal it. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." He looks up at me and says, "My friend, maybe you've owned it long enough. Maybe we've owned some of these stories we keep telling ourselves long enough. Now is not the time for apprehension, avoidance, or apathy. We, and it is a collective we, need to start entering a room with our head up, leading with our heart, announcing our presence with compassion, humility, and courage. Courage is the great equalizer that doesn't hold us hostage or a victim to our past. The right now is the only place where we can take action. Oh, we can talk about it all we want, but talking only gets you another stint in rehab. I'm somebody who takes massive action. I'm somebody who believes that all of us can make one massive difference. So let's flex a little courage together. Let's create a collective force right now. Let's expose that sitting duck. I want you to turn to the person next to you on your left, and I want you to flash your pearly whites. Be extremely generous with your spirit. Share a smile with the person next to you. All it takes is one small action. That's all it takes. Who played with dominoes when they were a kid? And don't dominoes make a real cool sound when you knock them over? Do you know the physics involved in a domino? A domino will knock over another domino 1.5 times its size. So if we start right here with a little 5 millimeter itty-bitty little domino, and we give it a little flick, a little nudge, a little push, one little smile to a random stranger, it'll knock over another domino 1.5 times its size. Now, that might not seem like a big thing right over here. We extend it 29 times, and all of a sudden, that little flick over here, that one little itty-bitty smile, being extremely generous with a random stranger, holy shit, that's the size of the Empire State Building right now. One little smile. We can't wait till Monday. We can't wait till January 1st. We got to do it right now. Now the past. Ooh, I think we all know about the past. That was then. Oh shit, stay away from that. This is now. The past does have this amazing ability to pop its head up, rear its ugly little head, and say, here we go, all over again. Let me take you back to growing up. I grew up in a time of Death Stars, an alien who wanted to call home, and this big old man-eater who lived in the sea. Doo-doot, doo-doot, dun, 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 dun. Now, I grew up in the Canadian prairies. The closest ocean to me was 3 provinces away. Yet my mind convinced me that in these lakes, there was a man-eater. And not just any man-eater, but a smart one who knew exactly how far I swam away from the boat dock. Now, that's all well and good when you're a little child, isn't it, to carry these fears with you? But when you're into your mid-30s and you're lining up for your first Ironman race, and you've got the enormity of the day ahead of you, you've got a 3.8 kilometer swim, then you got followed by 180 kilometers on your bike and a 42.2 kilometer run. These fears, well, they do seem a little childish. Childish? Or let's get honest with ourselves. Let's get honest with ourselves. It's okay to be scared. We've got to learn how to harness that fear. Us human beings are very, very, very funny creatures. We will react physiologically the same way to fear, whether it's real or imagined. But the flip side to this is where we can really use it to our benefit. Did you know that the same arousal with fear is also the same arousal we have with excitement? So instead of getting scared and fearful and running away, what about if we get curious and excited about what scares us? So I got a little curious and excited on my first Ironman race. I just looked beside me and said, you know what? I don't got to outswim a shark. I just got to outswim this SOB. Ironman triathlon was my comfort zone. The more I worry, the more control I think it'll give me. It's almost like I've got this magic coin when I start worrying. I rub it a little harder, a little faster, more worry, more control. That's how the real magic's going to happen. Rub, 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 a little more, a little control. Somehow I think this magic coin is going to help me affect the future. I'll bet my magic little coin here that I'm not the only control junkie in the room. If you think I'm full of shit, let's take a little test. I want you to take a quick look at my picture and tell me how many triangles do you see? Count them really quickly. How many triangles do you see? Okay, stop. Who saw maybe 3 triangles? Put up your hand. 5 triangles? 8 triangles? More than 8. More than 8? What if I told you there's no triangles here? This is an optical illusion. And that's the way our mind works. Our mind is always looking for pattern recognition. Our mind is always trying to tell us we know what's going to happen next. We want that nice, clean, and tidy definition to fit into our triangle. I could pull out a nice, clean, little, tidy definition right now of addiction and alcoholism. But clean and tidy has never been my style. We're going to have a sobering conversation right now of what addiction and alcoholism was like for me. I grew up pretty much a normal kid in Canada. A hockey stick in my hand in the winter, growing up on the farm in the summer. But normal soon took on a completely different meaning. My best thinking would tell me, number one, it's not going to happen to me. My best thinking would tell me, number two, this time it'll be different. This time I'm going to control it. My own inept thinking would tell me, I'm going to think my way out of this. My best thinking took me into a deep, dark pit of despair, swirling around in helplessness and hopelessness. The allure of the razor blade soon took on a different meaning than for chopping the perfect line. What saved me? Are you waiting for that hallelujah moment? You think I had an epiphany for the inherent value of human life, or even one human life? I was scared shitless. You know what my first thought was? You worthless piece of shit, you can't even get this right. You know what? I did get it right. Our deepest scars are our greatest strengths. People ask me, Darren, how did it happen? What was the cause? What was the effect? You know, it's this cause-effect, either-or mentality that fits into our nice, tidy little triangles. You want to know what the trigger was? I am the trigger. I'm often asked, Darren, have you conquered your demons? My demons. The devil didn't make me do anything. It wasn't the addict in me, the alcoholic in me, the bad in me. It was me, all me, and nothing but me. I am responsible. My predicament is myself. Two years ago, I was asked with some friends to run a lap of Phuket Island. We started down Rawai, did a full lap, finished at Rawai Pier around to Rawai Pier. It was to help raise awareness for the prevention of child abuse. 120K, hot, searing sun. My legs were aching. That voice was popping up. Wait a minute, you didn't think you were the only one with that voice, did you? That voice was popping up. I was riddled self-doubt. I was riddled with negativity. I was riddled with an enormous amount of fear. You know what the toughest part of that run was? 2 kilometers from where we finished, we were running past my house. 2 kilometers. You know, you do the math. 118, 120. Is really anybody going to miss 2 kilometers? Darren, keep on settling for good enough. Good enough is not good enough. What temperature does water boil at? Anybody answer that? Anybody know what temperature does water boil at? 100 degrees Celsius, right? What happens at 99 degrees Celsius? Sweet piss all. Find that 1 degree. Find that 1 degree. Where are you going to find that 1 degree? Well, start by asking yourself this very, very simple yet powerful question. You know, you are going to run into adversity. I'm going to tell you right now. Life is tough. Is it fair? No. You are going to run into adversity. Start asking yourself this very empowering question. Instead of throwing your hands up, oh, why is this happening to me? Start standing there, head up, leading with your heart. Why is this happening for me? Negativity is a gift. What the fuck? Negativity is a gift. Negativity is showing me where I'm still limiting my capacity to love, honor, and respect myself. You know, I crossed that magical line in the sand, 2001, February 11th. Left all my dysfunctional shit behind me. I'm in happy ever after right now. I was naive to think that negativity was beneath me. I was naive to think that this is an ongoing process. I was naive to think that I still had to work on my shit. Strength is showing up with your shit, but yet not recycling it on other people. Strength isn't about the finisher's t-shirt in your closet, the selfie in the gym. Strength is going to make amends with your mom, who has terminal brain cancer, and saying to her, "Mom, I love you. Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I was scared. I was so scared. I built these walls around my heart, not to save me from you, to save me from myself." Recovery is not about the booze, the drugs, the sex, the gambling, the gaming, still using other people as my crack pipe. What? Yeah, I like to use other people as my crack pipe. Put them as a barrier, not to allow me to feel what I need to feel. I'll get you to love me because I can't do that for myself. Recovery is all about the recovery of myself, from all the bullshit I tell myself of why I can't love and accept myself. Recovery is a moment-to-moment choice. It's always a choice. There's an old Ojibwe grandchild and his grandfather, and they're sitting around a campfire. And the grandfather turns to the grandson and he says, "There's a terrible battle going on inside of me between two wolves." The grandson looks up and said, "Two wolves, grandfather?" "Two wolves. One wolf on one side, fear, anger, resentment, jealousy. And on the other side, forgiveness, compassion, empathy, and love." The grandson looks up at him and says, "Grandfather, which wolf will win?" And the grandfather says, "The one you'll feed." The now is the only place that we can generate the needed force for the next subsequent action. Thank you. Love and gratitude.